Hey guys, been getting some questions about the eccentric shaft, and I happen to have a N52 here. People who are asking, we're dealing with the N55, but roughly it's the same. So just going to go through here. On the N52, this is where the eccentric shaft motor would be placed, bolted in, and it has a gear that turns this eccentric shaft right here, which essentially just kind of like a camshaft. It's lobed. It changes the angle of how much your valves will open up against your cams. And so it's another added leverage point, if you will, to get some more valve lift when you're in full throttle. And there's several failure points. And so I was just going through that with another guy who had been recommended just to replace the motor, which definitely can be the issue. But there can also be issues in regards to, okay, well, why did the motor fail? Is there too much resistance on the shaft due to the needle bearings that are in there? Is there too much slop in between this gear and the gear on the eccentric shaft motor itself? Normally, in this case, you can actually see this one's actually got a chipped tooth right there, which is kind of interesting, but you'll see a groove. Well, actually, you can see it with the light right there. See that groove going up the center? That's starting to show some wear. And so that's one of the things we look for when we're looking at a motor swap or the health of a previous motor is we'll look at this eccentric shaft and make sure it doesn't have those wear marks. The other thing is this oil feeder as well. This can clog up and then you're not lubricating this properly. So when I just did this N52 oil swap, I actually pulled this out, blew this out, make sure we were good to go here. But I would personally recommend, obviously you have to pull the valve cover to get here, but this eccentric shaft is fairly expensive. I think you're looking at like around 800 bucks. I do have friends who have been able to get this off Alibaba, if you're willing to go there, for like 125 bucks. So if you're doing it yourself and you're on the cheap and you've got a bad eccentric shaft, or you're paying someone to go in and do this job, might be worth go ahead and replace this, get the needle bearings. Why your motor went out, there could be several root causes. It's a question of, do you want to throw one part at it and cross your fingers and hope it's fixed, and then have to go back and pay someone to pull that valve cover again? You're looking at least $500-600 bucks in labor on the low end just to pull that valve cover and get to the point where you can even access this. So is it really worth it, or do you want to just replace the whole thing and be done with it?